You're watching news headlines on mining.com. I'm Devin Murrigan. Anglo-American and Chile state miner Codelco have sealed a deal to jointly operate their adjacent mines near the capital, Santiago. The partnership covers Codelco's Andina and Anglo's Los Bronces copper mines. A new joint operating company will manage execution, though each firm keeps ownership of its assets. The companies expect to unlock at least $5 billion in value and add 2.7 million tons of copper output over 21 years. Permits are expected by 2030. Gold climbed for a third straight day on Tuesday, lifted by a weakening US dollar. The dollar index hit two-month lows, pushing bullion to record highs just below $3,700 an ounce. Investors hope the Federal Reserve will strike a dovish tone when it meets on Wednesday. Gold has already gained 40% this year, driven by central bank buying, geopolitical tensions, and safe haven demand. Markets have priced in a quarter-point US rate cut, with eyes now on signals of deeper easing later this year. Copper prices have also climbed, reaching its strongest level since June last year. London futures rose 1% to $10,173 a ton on Monday, while COMEX contracts gained 1.5% to $4.73 a pound. The rally comes as traders bet the U.S. Federal Reserve will cut rates this week after fresh signs of labor market weakness. Lower Treasury yields and a softer dollar have added momentum, making metals cheaper for global buyers. Demand from China has also helped, with the apparent consumption rising 10% in the first half of the year. That's according to Zijin Mining. Newmont is selling its Coffee Gold project in Yukon to Further Metals for up to $150 million. The deal includes $10 million in cash, $40 million in Further shares, and a 3% royalty that can be bought back for up to $100 million. The sale completes Newmont's year-long divestment of 8 non-core assets following its acquisitions of Newcrest. The transaction gives Newmont a 27% stake in Further, joining Agnico Eagle and Pierre Lassonde as major stakeholders. Further called the purchase transformational, saying coffee is one of the world's largest heap leach resources. Feasibility studies are planned for 2026. The Trump administration says the U.S. must boost its strategic uranium stockpile to reduce reliance on Russia. Energy Secretary Chris Wright said America gets about a quarter of its enriched uranium from Moscow, which fuels reactors producing 1/5 of U.S. electricity. He warned cutting supplies too quickly could endanger 5% of power output unless reserves or new suppliers step in. The U.S. first proposed a uranium reserve in 2020, with contracts already awarded to Energy Fuels and Uranium Energy. Wright said stockpiling and more enrichment capacity are critical as the U.S. builds out larger and smaller modular reactors. Chinese coal prices are set to end the year weaker despite another record in output. Spot prices, which topped 700 yuan a ton in August, have since slipped and looked unlikely to recover before winter. President Xi has pledged coal use will peak from 2026, but softer prices complicate that goal. Imports jumped 20% in August to offset curbs on overproduction and heavy rains, and that's according to HSBC. China's biggest miner, Shenzhou Energy, expects little volatility ahead, a stark contrast to the shortage and blackouts of earlier years. And that's where we leave your mining headlines for now.